Hey you guys, welcome back to the first kind of weekly update of this little cut series. So I started on, what day did I start on? I started on Monday officially. It's only Wednesday today, but I'm filming this throughout the rest of this week. So you'll see today and the rest of this week in certain things that have been happening. So today we're going to the beach for a few hours. I'm going to show you what I'm eating there. We're actually getting takeout and I'll kind of show you how I would estimate those macros. What else? On Monday, I would say that was day one. So I didn't like pre-plan anything. I kind of just ate my normal foods but scaled them back a tiny bit as far as serving sizes went, and I found that I was definitely under on fiber, which was not good for my hunger levels. My hunger was like crazy on Monday. Tuesday, yesterday, was much better. So I planned everything ahead of time. I really focused on fiber and making sure my meals were high volume. So bigger meals like salads, lots of fruits and veggies, and that was really helpful. So pro tip, if you're not tracking fiber, you should be. The majority of Americans especially are very low on fiber in their diet. We just naturally do not have a high fiber diet over here. So you kind of want to be anywhere from 20 to 40 grams as a good gauge, but it's going to depend on what feels best for you and your digestive system. Some people do really well with 40 or 50 even grams of fiber, and some people just thrive in that 25-ish area. So it kind of just depends, but I would say the most important thing with fiber is to be consistent. So don't be fluctuating up and down with it a lot throughout the week, like have 10 grams on Monday and 50 grams on Tuesday. That's going to make you feel really crappy. It's going to give you bloating, digestive issues. So be consistent with your fiber. Consistency is like the main theme here, if you can't already tell. But let's insert some training footage. We'll go to the beach and we'll see what the rest of the week entails. So overall, the week is going really well. I am filming this on Friday, so technically there's a day, or I guess 2 days left of this first week, so I'll be putting more footage after. But overall, things are going pretty smooth. So this week included a beach outing, which I had one meal out so far, and I wanted to talk about the different ways that I'm tracking progress. So we'll tackle that first, because I think that's really important to discuss right off the bat. So obviously I'm using the scale. I'm taking daily weigh-ins, and this is something it's one of those things where we have our clients either weigh in every day or as often as they can, or don't weigh in at all. Weighing in once per week is not setting you up for success because our weight fluctuates so much throughout the week, which I'll show you what mine is in a second. But if you only weigh in once per week, you could land on like a super low day because you're dehydrated, or a super high day because you have your cycle or something, and it's not really showing you an accurate representation of what's going on. So when you weigh in daily, we're not actually comparing the day-to-day weigh-ins. We're taking all of those weigh-ins as data and compiling them into a weekly average, and then we compare those weekly averages to each other as time goes on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm weighing in every single day around the same time. I generally wake up around 5:30 or 6 every day. So far, we saw a little dip, which was expected in the beginning. It came up a little bit today. I am on my cycle, and yeah, that's one reason why. So I use the scale as one tool, but it's not my one and only method of tracking progress throughout this cut phase. So I'm also doing the progress photos or videos, as you guys saw, and then just paying attention to how I'm feeling, how my clothes are fitting, how training is going. So there are so many different ways to assess your progress from either a fat loss phase or a muscle gain phase or a reverse diet that have absolutely nothing to do with the scale. So with that aside, on the mindset side of things, there are plenty of ways you can progress as well. And something I noticed this week was this cut phase and being a little bit more, or like having an actual goal with my nutrition has made me be more consistent and adherent actually across the board, which I think is really interesting. So, you know, instead of just, you know, being super flexible and knowing I'm just maintaining and whatever, I was kind of like relaxed with my meals, and sometimes I would just pick the easiest thing to grab, where now I'm being a lot more intentional about what I eat. So for example, last night we didn't have any Brussels sprouts left, and I really wanted those for dinner. And we didn't have, I thought we had a hamburger left from when I meal prepped a bunch on Monday, but I ate the last one and I didn't realize it. So when I got to dinner time thinking that we had those things in our fridge and they weren't there. So instead of like just grabbing whatever I could that was easy or was more of a snacky type food, I chose to wait and make more hamburgers and Brussels sprouts last night, even though it took a little bit longer, even though I was already pretty hungry. I knew that an extra 30 minutes was not going to be a big deal, and that meal was going to be much more fulfilling for me than having just like some type of snack or thrown together meal that just wasn't appetizing or filling. So just from that perspective, I'm just feeling much happier and more intentional about my food choices, which is really interesting and cool to me to see. So that's the progress assessment topic I wanted to chat about. And then I did want to talk to you guys about how I went about tracking my beach meal the other day. So we went to the beach. My parents were bringing us lunch. They told me where they were ordering from, so I looked up the menu ahead of time and chose, they had like 20 different kinds of salads that all sounded amazing. So I just chose one that, you know, sounded really good and didn't look too dense as far as like having a crazy amount of food and calories in it. I wanted just like a very light salad to eat at the beach, knowing we would probably come home and eat some more. So what I did was they didn't have any nutrition facts or anything listed on the website. They just had what exactly was in the salad. So all I did was I went to my macros and I just typed in each of those different things. So for example, this was a Caribbean salad. It had mixed greens, mango, shrimp, oranges, roasted red peppers, fennel, and honey lime dressing. So while we were on the way to the beach, what I did was I looked all this up, and obviously I couldn't see how big the portion sizes were until I got it, but I kind of just put it in the app of what I thought it would be, and then like completely estimated the portions. And once I saw what the actual salad looked like, which by the way, it was really good, here's a picture, I adjusted them to what I thought that they were. And this is something where when you're tracking for a long time, you get better at estimating and at doing something like this. So if you're a beginner and you're like, oh my god, I can never do that, you just kind of have to practice and go with it. And then, you know, when you get home, maybe try to recreate that salad next week and weigh the portions out and try to compare and see what the weighed ones and the weighed serving sizes look like compared to what you had. That can be kind of a good teaching moment. At the end of the day, it's one meal, so when you're eating out, it's not like you're eating out for every single meal of the day all week long. That obviously is not going to be super accurate, but if you're just having a meal out here and there, estimate, do your best, and just keep reminding yourself that that one meal is not going to make or break your progress. It's everything else that you do throughout the rest of the week. So just wanted to touch on that for you guys and give you this little update today. I will catch you tomorrow or the next day. Alright you guys, it is Sunday, so we are 1 week down of this little cut phase. So today I actually hit a new low weight of 132.2. So when I started I was 134.4. I'm down to 132.2 today. But my weekly average is 133.5. So that's like, this first week is basically my baseline, since I haven't been weighing in consistently previously, although I will say I was weighing in like randomly you know, we already talked about why that's not good, but you know, on any given day it was around 135 or sometimes 136. So I think initially some water weight has obviously come off, and I think, you know, I have been experiencing more hunger, so I think that things are moving in the right direction. I definitely feel leaner. I don't notice too much of a difference in like the way my clothes are fitting yet. Obviously it's been a week, so we're not going to see big changes in a week's time. But overall, you know, still feeling really great in the gym, still feeling good with endurance work, have a lot of energy, sleep is going great. I get at least 7 hours a night, if not more. What else? Stress has been fairly low. It was a little bit high right before I started the cut. This past week was great, low stress levels. Yeah, obviously I'm still on my period right now too, so that can be playing a role in what the scale is saying. So we'll see what this upcoming week entails with that. But so far so good. Today on Instagram I shared actually a full little reflection of my entire fitness journey. I have a video on it that I did a couple years ago, so it's not up to date, but basically just showing the different stages that I've been through since I've started, and it was really reflective and cool to look back upon that and see how I got to where I am now. So if you're interested in that, I'll put what the post looks like here and you can go find it on my Insta. But I think it's important to remind yourself too that my body's responding really, really well right now because I have not dieted in the least bit for over 2 years. So I think, you know, another big mistake we see clients coming in making is that they're constantly trying to diet. They're under eating for such an extended period of time that their body never gets a break. It's a huge stressor on your body, and your body just then starts to adapt to that lower calorie intake. So if you've been eating 13, 14, 1500 calories for the last couple of years, that's your new maintenance intake, and you can only go down from there, which obviously is not going to be great for you feeling your best throughout a cut phase. So if you're somebody who has been under eating for a long time, or you know, maybe you're not sure if you have or you think you have, spend some time reverse dieting or increasing those calories from carbs and fats over time to ultimately put yourself in a better place so that when you do commit to a fat loss phase, your body's going to respond how we want it to, and you're going to see better progress and you're going to feel better. So my point is, make sure you're in the right place to diet when you do diet. You know, where your starting intake matters. We always want to be dieting on the most food possible. You don't want to slash your calories super low because then you have nowhere to go. Your body's going to adapt to that intake, and then it's like, what do? You screwed yourself over. So that is like my biggest piece of advice for you guys. If you're watching this and you're like, I want to start a cut, and you know, you either don't track currently or you know you've been under eating, spend that time at least 3 or 4 months, like at the very minimum, to increase those calories. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but you will be better for it in the long run. We're all about those long-term sustainable methods. So overall, week 1 is awesome. I'm gonna go get a lift in. Josh is out there right now, so hopefully I don't have to fight him for equipment. But I'm doing an upper body day today, probably gonna run as well because it's so nice out, or go do some sprints or something. So yeah, overall, week 1, we're feeling good. So I'm gonna end the video with a little training footage section here, just like I did last time. And I will check back in with you guys for week 2. Oh, and my little progress video footage I will insert here as well. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments or anything else you want me to talk about, and I'll see you in the next video.